Hello, my name is Lynn Kidd, and I am from Columbus, Ohio, and I am here to give a story about HIV, my life, my story, my dreams. And since 1996, I have been diagnosed with AIDS, and I was diagnosed when I was in the hospital, very sick, and I didn't know what was wrong with me because several years before, when I lived in England, I had nodules on the side of my neck, and in England, because I didn't fit that stereotype, the doctors did not test me for HIV and was just giving me medicines for other things. And that's why eventually, after 8 years, I became very sick of being diagnosed or becoming infected. And while I was in the hospital, I was in the intensive care unit for 5 days and 7 days in a regular room at the hospital. And during this time, my family and friends were not afraid to come in and see me, but more importantly, I felt the need to go ahead and disclose my HIV status to them because I was not sure if I was going to live or not, but in my heart of hearts, I believed that I was going to live and survive. I was underweight. I had wasting syndrome, weighed about 92 pounds, and it looked terrible. It was a frightening experience, but at the same time, that propelled me into the position of being an advocate because I felt that from that point on, I had to disclose my status whenever I could, to put a face on HIV and AIDS, because we need to see our numbers decrease, not only here in the United States of America, but globally. While I was diagnosed while living in Atlanta, Georgia, and during this time in 1996, my parents came down from Ohio, and I did not want to leave Atlanta because the Summer Olympics were coming. So I stayed until that event, and then afterwards I moved back to Ohio. And when I did move back to Ohio later that fall, I began to go out into the community and speak at universities and churches to tell my story about living with AIDS, to put a face on it, because that's what a lot of people still to this day, they say, oh no, if they don't know anyone, or if they have never met anyone, or if they don't know anyone in their family who has been infected with HIV, they think it's those other people. And I feel that more people who are HIV positive need to take an active role in helping to reduce the rates of the infection, because there's no need for our numbers to be going higher, especially here in America, because we have all the resources that we need. But at the same time, for me personally, it was a healing process also. There were a few times where it was difficult for me to disclose my status, but at the same time, I had to, because people need to know, so that way that they would think twice about the behaviors that they practice that will put them at risk for contracting HIV. And I feel that whatever I can do to help reduce the rates of HIV infection, then I am more than willing to do it. And that's why I've been actively involved in my community, sitting on boards, advisory boards, being a board trustee for different organizations, going to support groups, going to healing weekends, because I need sometimes to be surrounded by people who are HIV positive, just to have that connection with other people who are going through some similar situations that I am. But at the same time, to learn and stay abreast of the latest information that's going on, so that way I can pass them on not only to my peers, but to those who are at risk of contracting HIV. And that has been my goal in life, although that is not all of who I am. HIV is not everything. That's not all of me. I have traveled all of my life. I continue to travel, but I will not allow HIV to control me. I control HIV.